Okay, so I'm coming through to talk about how to lower your glucose levels besides just your diet. Okay, first and foremost, please thumbs up this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and check out the description um, and donate to the channel if you would like. You can use our PayPal or our Cash App. Okay, let me take this off. Oh my goodness. Look, I'm just waking up, guys, and I said, let me go and make this video real quick. Hold on. Guys, you get the raw deal on my show. It's the real deal, Holyfield. Okay, so hi. Okay, so as you go through life and stress and everything, whatever's working for you, this is to my holistic people who are not on any medication, of course. This is not to people who are on medication. This is for people who are like me, who want to be natural and who want to do everything. Hi, everyone, and who want to do everything natural. So besides exercise, besides watching your carbs, sometimes when you get older, things just get a little crazy, and you have to upgrade what you do. So one thing that I have learned to use, is chromium. I hope this comes through correctly. Chromium. Who has heard about this? If you've heard about it, please put up a number 22. If not, you've heard about it now. Hi. All right, so chromium. Now, of course, supplements are just that. They're supplements. So they're not supposed to take over you eating great food. I'm going to talk about some foods who have chromium in it as well, okay? But we're going to talk about these right here, chromium. Okay, I take one a day. Don't overtake these now. To anybody who say, ooh, I'm going to get on top of this real quick. Don't take these beyond what you're supposed to, okay? You're supposed to take one a day, okay? And I take it in the morning, and basically it helps you, let me just read what it says. It supports healthy glucose metabolism. So this is for my type 2 diabetics, okay? Because the answer is not like, for me, guys, make sure you thumbs up this video as well. And thank you for everybody who's watching, all my newbies in here. I'll show the bottle. Well, I'm not going to show it again. I'm sorry. I'll show it again, guys. But just let me get through this, y'all. I'm sorry. I know it's live, but at the end of this live, it's going to be a regular video. So if I keep repeating the same thing, people ain't going to watch. Okay? So please understand, I'm at work, and I do have to make this video watchable. Okay? Thank you. But yeah. The answer is not to just basically cut out all of the carbs, okay? I did that, and unfortunately, I almost killed myself because I was going around just eating cabbage and fish, and I had my family on that, and yeah, we lost a lot of weight, and we were looking gangly, but unfortunately, as soon as we started eating regular food, the weight did come back on. So that is not the way that you're supposed to do it. It is a good way to do, like, when I first became a diabetic over 10 years ago, the first thing I did was I cut out all carbs. And it worked because I was basically getting numbers of 600. I had all of these infections, yeast infections. I had ringworms. I had nostalgia. I really should have been in a coma. I should have been dead, but God had something different for me, right? Yeah. So anyway, when I tested my sugar, it was just 600 and it said high. It just said high. And I told my husband, I said, you know what? I don't want any medication. I don't want to do this. But I did. I got on medication for a few weeks or whatever. And I just didn't like how it made me feel. I didn't want to become addicted. I wanted my body to heal itself. And I was much heavier then. I was probably almost 300 pounds. I was younger. So if I'm talking to anybody who is over 35, what I did at 21 or 22 may not be the best for you, because I basically shocked my system. I literally just ate meat, protein and greens for about 3-4 months. It went from 500 all the way down to like 120. Then I was going to hair school one day. I thought I was about to pass out. It went all the way down to 73. So obviously I was going into type 1 diabetes, or I was a type 1 diabetic, meaning that my pancreas was not working at all. It was not producing any insulin at all. That's how my sugars got so high. So it was a great shock factor, you get what I'm saying, to my body. Guys, make sure you donate to this channel because I give great information. If you can't donate while I'm live, make sure you go after I'm live, when you get paid, whatever. We keep it real on this show. Please donate. I got a few donations this weekend, and I do appreciate everybody who is donating. Just to let you know the difference between the PayPal and the Cash App. One lady said, I wanted to go straight to you. Well, if you want to go straight to me, please donate to the Cash App. If you want to go to the company of I Love Beauty, you can go to PayPal. It just depends on who it is. Either way, I'll get it. It's just the portions are different. I won't get it directly. Cash App is directly. PayPal is not. Okay, so let's get it on. All right, so basically, I shocked my system. I stopped carbs. And it worked. However, I couldn't continuously live that way because my sugars were going too low. So I went from hyperglycemia to hypoglycemia. Hyper is high, hypo is low. So I had to incorporate other foods back into my system, potatoes, rice, noodles, and things like that. Now, as I was doing that, mind you, that I wasn't on any medication. I chose the no medication route. I wasn't even doing any of the herbs that I'm doing now. Over the years, I've incorporated herbs in my diet to help me deal with glucose. I don't deal with prescriptions. I only deal with diet. Okay, guys? All right, and herbs. So I realized my sugars were creeping up. So I did some research and I said, okay, what are some things that I can do naturally to help my sugar or my glucose levels? Because it's not about sugar, it's really about your insulin. Okay, your pancreas produces your insulin. So when you have high numbers, it's just simply saying that you're becoming insulin resistant, or you're becoming to the point where you're not producing insulin at all. So what did I do with my diet? I just basically reversed having to have insulin. I don't take insulin. I've never taken insulin, and I don't plan to have to stick myself every day in my stomach to make my sugars go down. I just basically replenished my my pancreas again. My pancreas was shut down due to all the carbs that I was eating, all the sugars, all the fat and everything that I was doing. And not being a conscious eater caused me to have high sugars. So basically, when I stopped those carbs, I basically allowed my pancreas to do what it was supposed to do. Now, I'm not saying it wasn't working at all. It just wasn't working to the point where I was healthy. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. The only thing I can say is God help me. I don't know. But then I started to do cinnamon. I did just the regular cinnamon that you cook with. And that worked. I used to just drink it. So before the cinnamon challenge, I was the cinnamon challenge. I was doing that way before YouTube, way before it was something to watch, way before it was cool to do. I was doing the cinnamon challenge. I would just put some water in a cup and then just douse some cinnamon in there. Wasn't measuring jack, just drinking it and realizing my sugar was going down low. My husband came home one day, didn't you? And you told me about cinnamon, right, babe?
I did. Yeah.
Okay, so this is back when you was reading like what is it, the digest?
I think I was in.
What's that little thing that older people get? That little Reader's Digest.
It was Reader's Digest.
Okay, yes, yeah. Like in Reader's Digest, it was talking about cinnamon that day, and my husband came home and he just said, you know what? Try some cinnamon, because not only is cinnamon good for blood pressure. I'm sorry, glucose is good for blood pressure as well, because high blood pressures and high sugars go together. So if your blood pressure is high, more than likely your sugar's high. If your sugar's high, more than likely your blood pressure is high. So diabetics out here that's watching me, if you are a diabetic, more than likely you have high blood pressure. Usually you're not going to have one without the other. So I basically started doing cinnamon, and cinnamon was great. It's just that it was not measured. And so my sugars would actually go too low. Now, mind you, I was still doing my diet correctly. This is not to somebody, hi, this is not to somebody who is drinking soda, not being conscious about what they're eating. I am not talking to you. You stay on your medication, honey. Okay? I'm just keeping it real. This is somebody who is like me, who is really conscious about what they eat. You can watch my videos and understand that I'm very conscious about what I eat. So, the cinnamon that I'm talking about is pills like, I got so much stuff over here, guys. Like this. Okay? This cinnamon right here has chromium already in it. Okay? This right here. This is really good. This is for my beginners. These are for people who basically you're not overweight, but you're just having a problem with your glucose levels. Now let's talk about what glucose levels should be. A lot of people don't know what your glucose level should be in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. So let me just tell you about my numbers. I told you when I first became a diabetic, I had 600. Honey, that's death numbers. More than likely, I should have been dead. I don't know why. God just had something. I have to tell this testimony because, honestly, I was supposed to be in a coma. I looked it up. I was supposed to be in a coma with 600. I don't understand why I was still walking.
Yeah, it was high.
I should have been dead. But anyway, I wasn't. Thank you, Lord. But anyway, so then I started getting 300. Now, I'm going to tell you, unfortunately, with diabetes, unless your sugars are high, like I'm talking about, like 3 and 4 and 500, honey, you're not going to get any symptoms. More than likely, if it's 180, 170, which is bad, if it's even 200, you may not get a whole bunch of symptoms. But the symptoms that I was getting and I still get, is when I'm tired, when I'm sluggish, when I'm peeing a lot. Peeing a lot is, or I should say, because this is an educational video, urinating a lot is a sure way to know that you have a lot of glucose in your system. You know, like if you have like a drinking fest or whatever, the first thing you do is you go and you urinate a lot. That's your body saying, I don't like all of this sugar in my system. I got to get rid of it. That's why the first thing that goes out in your organs usually is your kidneys. When your kidneys fail, then you need dialysis and things like that, because sugars go straight to your kidneys. Not necessarily your liver, your kidneys. So you have to basically, and your kidneys are your filtering organs, guys. So you have to watch what you eat all of the time. And you do not have to necessarily be diagnosed with diabetes to have diabetes symptoms. Again, guys, if you want more information that's directly to you, please make sure you email me at aholisticme@gmail.com to become my client so I can help you get back to where you want to be. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, this is just informational. But yeah, what was I saying? So yeah, I take insulin as well. The reason why is because I just needed a little more carbs. So I started taking insulin. But insulin sometimes ain't enough depending on what I eat. You get what I'm saying? So, and what does my diet consist of? Protein, a little bit of carbs. I eat brown rice. I eat whole wheat bread. I eat a little bit of sweets just for the energy. I've tried every diet. I tried the vegan diet. I've tried the paleo diet, which is basically what I'm on now. I've tried the Atkins diet. I'm going way back on that. I had an omnivore diet, which is like a pig, which is basically you eat everything. And the best one that I feel that helps me out is the paleo diet. That's when I basically cook everything myself. Let's get off of those 6 likes, please. I don't like number 6. 7 is of completion. Okay? Excuse me, y'all. So, one more like, please. But yeah, and I'll shout you out. I love shouting out that 7th like, because guys, that's completion. Remember that. Alright, so I don't eat a whole bunch of stuff, guys. I really don't. I very rarely go outside of what I usually I eat the same thing every day for the most part. Now, when I incorporate different things into my diet, thank you so much for that 7th like. Who are you? Say it's me so I can say, hi, how are you? When I go outside of my diet, my body lets me know. If I try something different, I make sure it's a vegetable, not something that's carby. Okay? Alright, so I take 2 types of cinnamon, cinnamon, and I take this one. This one has chromium, and I also take chromium by itself. Sometimes you just have to get your body back in alignment, depending on your stress. I'm going to tell you, stress also will cause your sugar to raise. Now, if you have a very stressful job or life, what happens is you're always creating sugar. Your liver is always creating extra glucose to get you throughout the day. Because more than likely, the reason why we have type 2 diabetes is not necessarily the amount we eat. It's because we don't eat enough. So over time, our bodies had to basically constantly produce more sugar. Our livers has to produce more glucose, which causes our pancreas to produce more insulin. And it's a roller coaster. And eventually, your pancreas starts to shut down, and then you go into diabetes. Did you guys understand that? Put up a number 33 if you understood what I said. I'm going to repeat it. So basically, type 2 diabetes comes from not eating enough. Not eating often enough, because we're supposed to eat 3 to 4 meals a day plus 2 snacks. So when you're working all day, you're not eating enough. Your liver is forced to put glucose into your bloodstream. With that being said, your pancreas is constantly working, putting insulin into your bloodstream. So you're supposed to have your sugars go up, and then the insulin makes your sugar go down. So you're going up, down, up, down. So it's these roller coasters and these crashes and these ups and this. And it's just your body is like, look, I don't know what you're doing. And then it just goes into, okay, how about this? I'm not going to accept the insulin anymore. I'm not going to accept the glucose anymore. You're going to shut down. And then that's how your diabetes starts to settle into your body. So once you're diabetic, unfortunately, there is no turning back. It's just no cure. All you can do is heal your body from getting the symptoms and heal your body to start to live as if you're not a diabetic. So sometimes I have diabetic days depending on what I've eaten, how much stress. Sometimes I live as if I don't have diabetes, as if my numbers, I can have 102 one day, I can have 130 one day, I can have 180 another day, just depending on where I'm at in my life. So usually when I get those higher numbers, I say, oh my gosh, what did I eat within the last 2 hours that was not correct? And then I say either I'm not going to eat it anymore, or I say I'm only going to eat it during this time when I know that I need more energy. So you really have to be like a doctor of yourself, kind of, sort of. You have to know what foods are good for you, what foods are not, what foods are good for you in different times of the day. Like if I have, excuse me, if I have dairy, I'm going to have dairy during the day. I'm going to tell you why. Dairy is something that is going to clog your system. So it's not something you want to sleep on. You want something that basically, if you're going to have dairy, cheese, or anything like that, you want to have it during the day where you're still moving, where you're still active, where your system is still functioning, so you can get that dairy out of your system. If you sleep on it, or if you have it at dinner time, you're clogging up your digestive system, which is going to cause problems like constipation and cause you to not be able to eliminate. And that's another problem that we get into as being diabetics. You're not able to eliminate, which causes your sugars to rise too. So people who don't go every day, your sugars are going to be higher. That's a lot of information.
That is a lot, Jenna. I don't know if they really understand. Like, your intestinal tract is a part of your digestive system.
Yeah.
So if you're not fully eliminating, you still have all those sugars within your system.
Right. And eliminating is not just number 2, it's number 1 as well. So you need to be urinating, and you need to be releasing your waste at least twice a day to be functioning so your sugars stay in healthy levels. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes after you go to the bathroom, you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm famished. You know, oh my, I feel weak. It's because you just basically emptied out a lot of your sugars. Your digestive system is very, 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 very important. Yes, Miss Angie. It is very, very, very important, your digestive system. If your digestive system is not working, you're going to have all kinds of diseases settle in your body. Diabetes, lupus, PCOS, endometriosis, all of fertility problems. All of that comes from you not eliminating correctly. Okay, it's this thing called estrogen that builds up in your system. That's how the weight comes on and the fluid comes on and things like that. And then you're just basically bogged down. And then you're just not gonna function, people. So I know I'm saying a lot. Does anybody have any questions about what I have talked about today? While I'll see if somebody has any questions, I'm going to let you know. Please check out our community tab. We do ask great questions there. But if you don't check them out, I don't get your feedback. So please check out the community tab. I had a question on what would you like my next video to be. I didn't get any responses because I don't think you guys know about that community tab. We do post there. Okay, so make sure you you check there at least 2-3 times a week to see if I have any questions there, and if you see it, please answer so I can give you guys content that you want to watch and that you benefit from. Okay, because if you don't benefit from it, I don't. All right, I have one more thing that I also take. I'm just flashing these. Boom, I'm just flashing them just to let you know that I know what I'm talking about. Guys, make sure that you email me, Miss Angela, all of my people who actually know you're like aching to become a client. Guys, email me, invest in yourself, because I have a lot of information out there. I have a client now that she has fertility issues, and I'm working on her, with her about that, and we're working on it. She found out she has very high blood pressure, so we're working to get that blood pressure down, okay, so she can get what she needs, which is conception, which is not easy if your blood pressure is high and your sugars are high and this and that. It's not good. It's not cool. So I'm working with them, working on someone else who has lupus. Okay, email me, guys. It's only $75, but $75 gets you a lot of information. I work one-on-one with you. These videos are great, but if you're really having a problem, guys, become a client, invest in yourself, support the channel. If you have any questions, please ask me here under the video once it's posted, and I will help you as much as possible. I hope I've helped you out with this glucose. Remember, it's not just about diet, it's not just about exercise. It's really about getting your pancreas and your livers and your kidneys to start working and functioning again. That's how you become healthy. Guys, I'm going to get out of here and get me something to eat and drink, but thank you for watching and have a great day.